Hello again, MSG Retired here. So I'm bringing you another video today, and this has to do with some YouTube drama stuff that's going on. Not really so much YouTube drama as somebody's military service is being questioned. Now, last night I received an email from a couple of veterans, and it started off, have you ever heard of this guy, Blue Bacon? Well, I have. As a matter of fact, in the past I've collaborated with Blue Bacon in regards to Jeremy DeWitt. I did some of the Stolen Valor stuff. I looked up all of his records, which are non-existent because he's never been in the military. And we did a collaboration. I think he's jumped onto one of my live feeds before. Always been an up-and-up guy with me. Never had any issues. Never had any issues with any of his military claims. A lot of it, he's been very vague in the past, which I don't blame him. He's tried to keep his anonymity on YouTube, which a lot of us do, because we don't want to end up with things like Don Shipley's had to put up with in the past, with all the frivolous law cases, the lawsuits, and all of that craziness that goes on, especially when you're dealing with these people who are obviously have got some type of a mental issue, narcissistic type personality, to where, look at me, beat my chest, that kind of stuff. So we don't need that. Understandable. Never used his real name. Understandable. I don't have a problem with that. However, their question was he really an MP? And it's mainly because a YouTube channel and a YouTube personality who I will not name basically said, he was never an MP, he was in the band in the National Guard and blah, 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 and that's it. And some pictures surfaced. I've seen the photos. It's Blue Bacon in his dress uniform with a tuba. And that kind of stuff. So, I still have contacts. I have lots of contacts. Those that still work for the military or in the military or who have access to databases. I can't request documents through these people, but they can, or I should say they will answer questions if I have a question. They won't provide me any official standing on it or documentation. However, if I said, hey, was this guy, this is his name, was he in the Army? Was he in the Army during these dates, or was he on active duty or whatever? And I'll get an answer. And I can say, well, he was an MP, right? Leading question. Yep, he was an MP from this date to this date. So I can get that information really quick. So based on this request, they were looking for guidance. Because of the questions that were raised about Blue Bacon's military service, they had questions. They were in doubt of his actual military service, whether or not he was an MP or not. So I said, no problem, guys. I'll reach out. Let me get a hold of one of my contacts. I'll find out something, and we'll go from there. So, reached out. Got the information I needed. Yep, active duty 2013 to 2019. However, he was just shy of 6 years, probably because of an early enlistment. I'm not going to get too in-depth on military math because it'll make your head spin. But when you re-enlist, if you re-enlist early, that time starts over. So you could do 2-3 year enlistments and only have like 5 years, 10 months. Okay? Don't worry about it. Basically, it's 6 years. Anyway, moving along. They verified he was, in fact, active duty during that time. He spent 2 years in Germany, 2014, 15, and 16. So he got there in 14, left in 16. 2 years in Germany. That's an unaccompanied tour. That's a normal tour for a single soldier to go to Germany and do 2 years. I noticed that Blue Bacon also posted a certificate from a counter-narcotics class that he took through CID while he was in Germany. good for him. They probably scooped him up as a brand new MP coming in to his unit, and they said, hey, you want to do counter narcotics? And he went, hey, yeah, that's a great job. Boom. Sent him to the school, and that's what he did in Germany. He came back to the States, ETS. Now he's in the National Guard in another capacity. Maybe it's something that he wanted to do. Maybe he enjoys music. Irregardless, and from what I did ask my contact was, okay, so he's in the National Guard, correct. He's in a band, correct. What's his MOS? 31 Bravo. He still maintains his primary MOS right now as a 31 Bravo. So he's an MP, even though he's not working as an MP. Weird thing the Guard does, that's fine. No problems with that. Then I started poking around on the internet, and I see where this unnamed YouTube channel, unnamed YouTube personality is calling him out as never being an MP, blah, 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 and they've been going back and forth. And I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but I know Masshole Report has been going back and forth with this guy too, and he's like an auditor or something, but again, issues, but I wanted to get that out there. Now, I spoke with Rennie. Now, Rennie handles a lot of Blue Bacon's YouTube stuff. All right. And basically, we chatted back and forth. And I basically told her, I said, hey, these guys wanted me to give them some idea where they should go with this. And I said, I reached out to one of my contacts, and I verified his military service and his military police service. And I guess she was chatting with Blue, and Blue's like, well, if he wants it, I'll give him a copy of his DD-214, which he did provide. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, why did he give you a copy of his DD-214 when others have demanded that proof and weren't provided a copy of his redacted DD-214? Why? I'm not an asshole. That's probably why. I don't demand things. I didn't really even ask for it, but he knows my character. He's watched my YouTube channel. I do my due diligence. I don't become, demanding when I'm trying to do something. He didn't have to provide it. Why? Because I had already validated his service through my contacts. Even though I don't have a single thing in paper, everything matched up to everything he's claimed in the past. Why did he provide it? He knows me. If you ask somebody politely and don't be an asshole about it and demand something, you're always going to get better results with sugar than shit. So he sends me his DD-214. I look at it. It's legitimate DD-214. I've looked at hundreds of them over the years, spanning from they were typewritten all the way up through the computerized ones now. It's the exact format it's supposed to be. Everything is legitimate on it. I'm not a document expert, but I can tell you after looking at hundreds and hundreds of DD-214s, this is a legitimate DD-214. It lists his awards. He's shown in photographs with his ribbon rack. Everything matches up there. I've never heard him claim anything more than what he's actually done in the military. He did drug suppression in Germany, and then he became a military police investigator. He received the additional skill indicator Victor 5, which is for a military police investigator. ETS, went in the National Guard, and maybe his passion's music. Maybe that's what he enjoys. And now that he's no longer on active duty, he's got the opportunity to maybe play the tuba. That's the picture I got. If that's what he enjoys, go for it, bro. He's still serving our country. And believe it or not, time of war, band members, they get put out in line units, depending on, what their MOS is or what their background is. I don't even know if you can enlist in the Army and go straight into a band. Maybe you can. Maybe there is a band MOS, but I never really looked into it. It's weird. But I know the 82nd band, when I was there, most of those guys came from different units. And time of war, they're a deadly force. They still have to do all their basic military stuff. So they just get to travel around, play music, and enjoy themselves. And if that's what he enjoys now, good for him. I'm happy for it. So in closing, don't be too skeptical of someone's military career. All right? I know there's a lot of stolen valor pukes out there. I highlight a lot of them. And unfortunately, it's just getting to the point where somebody says that they're a veteran and immediately people are questioning them about it. And it's the phonies and the embellishers that are out there that are creating this. And no veteran wants to be questioned. If somebody, hey, thank you for your service, thank you for your support. That's my reply. But don't question somebody's military service if it's a casual thing and they're not claiming some top secret ninja parachuting out a submarine kind of thing that doesn't make sense. The stolen valor guys and the embellishers that are out there, trust me, you'll figure it out soon enough. But don't immediately question somebody's military service, because it just makes that veteran feel shitty. It really does. Especially when they're legitimate. They did their time, and, thank them for their service. If there's any questions, trust me, one thing that a lot of these stolen valor thieves and embellishers have in common is they're very narcissistic, and they can't wait to tell you how great they are. And it only takes a few questions to figure out somebody's full of shit. And then you can start questioning their military service. But don't demand someone give you proof of their military service. Because a lot of times it's going to make you look stupid in the long run. Just a few thoughts in closing. If you like the content, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Helps the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. As always, have yourself a great day.